Hey guys and gals, it's your buddy Drew from Living History's Mysteries and Ferocious Feline Productions. You know, the holidays are just about over with. New Year's is coming here in a couple days, and then of course we have, right after the first of the year, a new president taking office. We've already made it through Halloween, a major election, Thanksgiving, Christmas just a couple days ago. But I find myself looking back out of all of that. I mean, Thanksgiving and Christmas with our families and sharing that precious time that, and face it, is limited for all of us. But I find myself looking at the election, and it got me thinking about how our ancestors picked their ruling parties, picked their leaders, picked their presidents or their kings. So I wanted to do a little something about that. Now, you guys that have been with me for a long time know I'm very proud of my Scottish ancestry. So it got me thinking about how the kings of Scotland, the ruling class, was picked by the people and how they were put into power. And it got me thinking about a certain little stone that played an important role in that process. Check this out. This is good.
One of Professor Ubi's favourite movies was Braveheart, which inspired him about this tale from Scotland, the Stone of Scone. Let's take a wild ride back in time to a story that spans over 1,000 years, weaving together kings, legends, wars, and even a little bit of mystery. Our subject today is the Stone of Scone, also known as the Stone of Destiny. It's a simple rectangular block of sandstone, but it's played an outsized role in the coronations of kings and queens for centuries. Today it rests in Edinburgh Castle, but its story is far more adventurous than that. To begin with, let's talk about where this all started. The Stone of Scone originates from the ancient kingdom of Scotland. Specifically, it was kept in the village of Scone, near Perth in central Scotland, hence the name. It It's believed to have been used in the coronation ceremonies of Scottish kings going back to at least the 9th century. But this isn't just a Scottish artifact. It's part of the fabric of British royal tradition as well, and to understand how, we need to dive into its fascinating history. The origins of the stone are steeped in myth and legend. According to one story, the stone was the very rock that Jacob, from the Bible, used as a pillow during his vision of angels ascending to heaven, as described in the book of Genesis. Legend claims that this stone was brought from the Holy Land to Egypt, then to Spain, and eventually to Ireland, where it became the Lia Fáil, or the Stone of Destiny, used in the coronation of ancient Irish kings. From there, it was supposedly taken by the early Scots as they migrated to what is now Scotland. Another version of the story, and perhaps the one with more historical credibility, suggests that the stone was a sacred object for the ancient Picts and Scots. It was believed to have mystical powers, bestowing legitimacy upon the kings crowned upon it. Regardless of which legend you prefer, by the Middle Ages, the Stone of Scone had become an inseparable part of Scotland's royal tradition. Enter Edward I of England. Fast forward to the late 13th century, and we see a critical turning point in the story. In 1296, Edward I of England, known as Longshanks, invaded Scotland as part of his campaign to conquer the country. Edward, always keen on demonstrating his power over the Scots, seized the Stone of Scone as a spoil of war. He had it taken to Westminster Abbey in London, where it was placed in a specially made wooden chair, what we now call the coronation chair. For centuries, every English and then British monarch was crowned sitting on this chair, with the Stone of Scone beneath them. Edward's symbolic gesture was clear. English kings would rule not only England, but also have dominion over Scotland. This theft was not just a political maneuver. It was meant to show England's superiority over Scotland, and the fact that the Scottish kings had once been crowned on that stone made it even more of a trophy. The stone in English coronations. For nearly 700 years, the Stone of Scone remained in England. Every British monarch, from Edward II in 1308 to Queen Elizabeth II in 1953, was crowned with the stone under their throne. While it might have seemed like a simple stone, its presence was a powerful symbol of continuity and legitimacy. It's said that whoever possessed the stone held the right to rule Scotland, which is why its location was of such immense importance. Interestingly, over the centuries, the stone became more than just a symbol of power. It became part of the fabric of British identity. Although originally stolen, it was now viewed as part of the heritage of the British Isles, intertwined with the monarchy. But the story doesn't end there. As we know, historical grievances often simmer beneath the surface. After centuries of being housed in Westminster Abbey, the Stone of Scone became a focal point for Scottish national pride, and the Scots never forgot the fact that it had been taken from them. Then came a dramatic twist in 1950. On Christmas Day of that year, 4 Scottish university students from Glasgow decided to liberate the stone from Westminster Abbey. They managed to break into the Abbey, remove the stone from its place under the coronation chair, and transport it back to Scotland. Their bold act was celebrated by many Scots as a patriotic act of defiance, though the British authorities were less amused. For months, the stone's location remained a mystery. Eventually, it was found at Arbroath Abbey, a historically significant site in Scottish history, and returned to England. However, the theft reignited a debate about where the stone truly belonged. Finally, in 1996, as a gesture of goodwill and recognising Scotland's growing national identity, the British government made a historic decision. The stone was returned to Scotland and placed in Edinburgh Castle, where it remains today, except when it is temporarily transported to Westminster Abbey for future coronations. The symbolism of the stone. So, why does this stone matter so much? For one, it's a powerful symbol of Scottish identity and resilience. The very fact that it was taken, returned, and now safeguarded in Edinburgh speaks to the enduring pride the Scottish people have in their heritage. To many Scots, the stone represents more than just an object. It symbolises a nation's right to self-determination and the right to choose its own rulers. But beyond Scotland, the Stone of Scone also embodies the complexity of British history. The history of the United Kingdom is not just about England. It's about a union of nations with different traditions, histories, and identities. The stone, having been part of coronation ceremonies for British monarchs for centuries, reflects that intertwining of the different peoples of these islands. In conclusion, the Stone of Scone is more than a relic of ancient times. It's a living symbol. It's seen wars, invasions, coronations, and even heists. It's been stolen, hidden, and returned. It's a witness to the tumultuous history of Scotland and its relationship with England. And it continues to play a role in the coronations of British monarchs to this day. This unassuming block of sandstone may seem simple on the surface, but its history is anything but. The Stone of Scone reminds us of the power of symbols, the importance of heritage, and how objects from the past can continue to shape our identity and national narratives in ways we might never expect. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do not forget to subscribe below, and remember, stay curious. Till the next time, take care.
Welcome back. You know, it's like I was saying in the beginning, this slab of sandstone has played an important role in the, for lack of a better word, inauguration of kings for hundreds of years. And even still today, in England, this stone is shipped from Scotland to England for the inauguration of new rulers, and then graciously shipped back to Scotland for all to see. As a people, we have moved past those old pagan ways. Well, most of us have moved past those old beliefs, those old ways, and evolved as a race. But that being the case, why is this stone still important? Why is it still used in the bringing in of new rulers? Kind of makes you wonder when you look back at a lot of those old traditions and those old beliefs, how many of them still peek in from the shadows in the 21st century? Makes me wonder. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Stone of Scone, the Stone of Destiny. Like I said, New Year's is approaching really soon. I hope it's going to be a glorious one for each and every one of us, and a bright new beginning for our country and our world. Until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. God bless you, God love you, we do. And we'll see you in history.